Okay, let's jump right into this. We are doing a deep dive today into a really interesting piece of writing. It's a blog post straight from OpenAI.
That's right, yeah. And this one's written by Joanne Jang. She's head of a model behavior and policy over there.
Right, so a key perspective.
Definitely. She's really looking at how these systems are actually, interacting out in the wild with people.
Exactly. And the core topic she's hitting on, it's something that feels less like sci-fi now and more like daily reality for some.
You mean how people are forming these connections, like relationships almost with AI, like ChatGPT?
Precisely.
Yeah.
It's clear this isn't just theory anymore. It seems to be a lived experience for a lot of users.
And OpenAI, based on this post, they definitely recognize that. They say right up front, their whole philosophy is building models to serve people first.
Okay.
And I mean, given how connected some users feel, they're specifically putting resources into researching the emotional well-being side of things, how these interactions impact us.
That feels significant. A big focus.
It really is. And the source talks about this phenomenon. They're actually seeing people telling them that talking to ChatGPT feels like talking to someone.
Wow. So not just a tool.
Not just a tool. People are thanking it. They're confiding in it. Some are even saying it feels, quote, alive. That's pretty powerful language.
Yeah, absolutely. So why is this happening? Does the source get into that?
It does, yeah. And it's fascinating. Part of it is, tapping into our very human tendency to anthropomorphize.
Like giving your car a name.
Exactly. Or the author mentions her mom waving goodbye to a robotaxi. We kind of project human stuff onto non-human things all the time.
Sure, we do. But what's different here?
Well, the key difference the source points out, and this is crucial with AI like ChatGPT, is that it replies, it answers back.
Right. It's not static, it's interactive.
Totally interactive. And it doesn't just reply randomly. It's designed to be helpful, engaging, which maybe unintentionally fosters that connection feeling.
How so?
Well, it can remember things you said earlier. It can sort of mirror your tone. And importantly, it gives responses that read as if they're empathetic, understanding.
Okay, I can see how that would work. So if you're feeling maybe lonely or stressed.
Right. And you get this steady, non-judgmental attention from something that seems to listen, seems to remember, offers what feels like empathy.
That could feel like real companionship.
Yeah?
Validation, even like being heard.
Absolutely. Addressing some really fundamental human needs there.
So there are potential upsides fulfilling those needs, but the source must touch on the other side too, the potential downsides.
Oh yeah, it definitely does. It highlights potential unintended consequences. Like if we start, offloading the work of listening, soothing, affirming onto these infinitely patient systems.
Then what happens to our expectations of each other in our, normal, messy human relationships?
Exactly that. The source sort of poses it as a question. Mm-hmm. If it gets easier to pull back from difficult human connections without really thinking it through, what could that do? Long-term effects on maybe our social skills or our communities.
It's a tricky balance they're clearly thinking about.
Which kind of brings us back to what feels like the source's main point, maybe the real nugget here.
Which is?
That these conversations about human-AI relationships, they aren't just about the AI. According to Jang and OpenAI, looking at these dynamics actually tells us more about us.
About us? How so?
About our own tendencies to connect, what we expect from interaction, and really what kind of relationships we want to build, whether that's with people or now with technology.
That's a really interesting framing. It puts the focus back on human nature and human choice.
Yeah. And connected to that, the source even briefly mentions something way more speculative, but it's bubbling up. The whole question of AI consciousness.
Okay. That's a big one.
Huge. And maybe, outside the mainstream discussion right now, the Overton window, as they say. But OpenAI acknowledges it's kind of entering the picture alongside these deep user connections people are reporting.
Got it. So if we zoom out, the main tension here is pretty clear, right?
Seems to be. AI offers this new kind of responsive interaction. It feels like connection to many people, and it might even be meeting some real needs.
Needs for companionship, validation, being heard.
Right. But at the same time, it forces us to look at our human relationships.
Yeah.
What do we actually seek from them? What are we putting into them?
And like the source says, understanding how we react to AI might tell us more about ourselves than about the AI.
Precisely. Our own needs, our own tendencies.
So maybe here's something for you, the listener, to kind of sit with. If an AI can provide such constant, non-judgmental companionship, making people feel truly heard, what does that suggest about what we might be missing, or maybe just not finding, in our connections with other humans?